Hi everyone, hope you had a great Easter weekend. Thanks for starting your week with some farm and ranch news. Well, last week President Biden vetoed the Congressional Review Act joint resolution that would have overturned the EPA's Waters of the U.S. rule. The resolution actually garnered support from both sides of the aisle, with senators like Montana's Jon Tester stepping across party lines to pass the measure. American Farm Bureau President Zippy Duvall commented that the president let farmers down with the veto, saying the WOTUS rule is a clear case of government overreach that leaves farmers uncertain on what they can and can't do on their own land. This is far from the end of the WOTUS saga, though, as a Supreme Court ruling on the Clean Water Act is still expected sometime this spring. Well, USDA is predicting that Montana growers will seed less acres to oilseeds this spring. The Ag Department said that Montana will seed 170,000 acres to canola. That's down 6% from last year, but that is more than double the canola acres Montana seeded 8 years ago. Flaxseed acres are forecast to be down by a third to just 65,000. And of course, the closure of Sydney Sugars means that Montana sugar beet acres will be down, USDA says, by 43% from where they were 2 years ago. Interestingly, USDA says corn acres will be down in Montana this year, but I'd say check your math because a lot of Sydney area growers have told us they'll be planting corn. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you back here in an hour for the markets.
We asked Montana farmer Walt Sales about the challenges of mental health in agriculture.
Another drought. There always is. There's always going to be another something. I grew up in a generation of you pulled yourself up by your bootstraps. But it's become evident is what do you do if you can't even find those bootstraps? If you need to talk to somebody, go to beyondtheweather.com for free counseling for Montana ag producers.
Thanks for joining us back here for the Ag News, everybody. U.S. beef exports in 2023 continue to lag behind last year's record levels, although February did show an improvement from January's low numbers. The U.S. Meat Export Federation says that through the first 2 months of the year, beef exports are down 24% at $1.4 billion. USMEF President Dan Halstrom said, though, it was encouraging to see that modest rebound compared to January. He added Asian markets are easing mask mandates, which should boost restaurant traffic as the year progresses, and strong exports were seen in markets like Mexico, the Caribbean, and the EU. Well, the cattle market went into the Easter weekend with a lot of optimism. The cash-fed cattle have gained well over $100 a head in just 2 weeks. Last week, live cash sales $3 to $5 higher from $170 to $177, dressed $5 to $8 better from $274 to $283. In Dickinson at Stockmen's Livestock Exchange, feeder steers sold $3 to $6 higher, 5 weights from $230 to $255, and 7-weight replacement heifers from $190 to $203. Lamb feedlot inventories are the lowest for April in more than a decade and down 35% from the 5-year average, so that should help prices. And as temperatures warm up, especially in the Midwest, corn and soybean prices are feeling pressure and spilling over onto the wheat, despite USDA forecasting the smallest spring wheat acreage since 1972. Thanks for joining us this morning. Have a great week.